Welcome back to the White Noise Podcast. I'm Ethan, joined by Gavan.
Yo.
And Jacob behind the glass.
That's me.
What's going on, fellas?
Nothing much.
Much. Weather has been much nicer since last week.
It's been windy.
It has been
I was cold today.
It was pretty cold today.
I like it cold.
Me too. I love this weather.
I just stopped taking my jacket to work, and then today I had to bust it out again. So
I don't have the
Jakey.
I don't have the heater on. So
you don't have the heater here at work?
yeah, I don't turn it on at all.
Fun.
So it gets cold in here, and I like it.
Say, what the hell were you doing like a month ago?
What do you mean?
It was colder last month.
Yeah, I never have the heater on. Because in the summer, when it's really hot, I have the AC blasting. So I have to make up in the winter for not doing any
I respect that.
any heater stuff.
Swamp cooler time.
Okay, we'll tell Dad to skip ahead a couple minutes.
Well, it evens out. If I had the heater on and then moderate AC in the summer, then it's the same amount of money as blasting the AC in the summer and not having anything going on in the winter. So
Cool. We'll bill you for the electric.
Damn it. Well, that's unfortunate. All right, Jacob, let's skin this cat. All right, gentlemen, so it's officially been a week since Boba Fett was released. Or the final episode was released.
Has it only been a week?
It's been a week.
Oh, my God.
We talked about it for a second last week, but it had just come out, so we didn't get into it. I hadn't seen it, so what were your overall thoughts about the show? Now that it's over, I know we've talked about it week after week, but now that it's over, what's your conclusion?
I've really only seen the episodes that everybody hated, so I have to say that it was kind of boring, but I've heard there were good episodes. So
Yeah, so my, not gripe, I mean, I liked what was in the show, but as a show about Boba Fett, it was really underwhelming and meh.
And I think that's what a lot of people are saying, where it wasn't a Boba Fett show. It could, if they named it something else, then maybe you'd have a better idea what to expect.
If you called it Mandalorian before season 3, then
I was like,
that'd be a good show.
Like Lion King 1.5.
Yeah,
Mandalorian
exactly.
Season 2, Part 2.
I'd never seen Lion King 1 for the longest time. I only watched 1.5. So when I watched 1, and I was like, oh my gosh, this happens in 1.5.
When was
That's
this?
the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
When was this?
I didn't see the first one until I was like 12 or 13.
Holy
Well, we had
gosh.
1.5 on VHS, so that was the only one.
so
I don't even know if we had the original.
Have you at least seen Lion King 2?
A long time ago. It was not as good.
What's the dude's name in that one?
Which one?
The main dude.
His name's Kovu?
Kovu, yeah.
Kovu.
It's got a pretty metal song, too, for him. Outside of that, movie sucks. That movie sucked.
Oh, gosh.
No James Earl Jones.
No James Earl Jones?
Well,
He's
Mufasa's
dead.
yeah,
but,
Mufasa's not it. Spoiler.
Oh,
Gosh.
oh,
It came out 25 years ago now?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
It came out in 95.
No, I wasn't
95 or
born yet.
96.
oh my gosh.
So, so Boba Fett, underwhelming. I think that's good.
Yeah.
The last 3 episodes weren't really about Boba Fett.
They were the best ones.
I know. That's rough.
It's hard to make a show about someone who's supposed to be this OP badass without conflict. So
I liked the very beginning where they were going the whole him and the Tuskens, and that's give a little background about that. That part was interesting. If they did more, it just got really convoluted, or
that's my favorite word.
I don't know. Wasn't Boba Fett-esque. They were trying to make him out to something new.
I feel like they were trying too much to make him a hero, a good guy. And it's Boba Fett's not evil, but
yeah.
Well, you never saw
that.
saw that transition. He went from this bounty hunter, just hunting bounties, working for the Empire,
yeah,
and then a switch. Without much explanation to I'm going to be a good mob boss.
Is that what that whole Tusken thing is supposed to be? Is that supposed to be his switch? It didn't seem like it.
The fact that he's still a mob boss, but wanting to be the good guy.
If you think about it, he was on Jabba the Hutt's barge in Return of the Jedi, and that's where the story picks up. Essentially, he crawls out of the Sarlacc pit. So, where and then he goes to the Tuskens, and that's his transition.
And he was there for years, which I felt like the show did poorly showing how long he was there.
That didn't seem like that.
He was there for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Which if they could have developed that more, like his relationship with the Tuskens more than they did. Like if they started the show there and didn't even go to like present day, I feel like it would have done better. Because there wouldn't be that back and forth where you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, him in the back of the tank and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
it was all right.
Overall,
I enjoyed watching it. Like I said, the content in it, seeing Cad Bane. Spoiler.
I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
6 out of 10.
For the bits that you watched.
Well, I'm going to include, assuming that these episodes that I missed were really good, I'm going to go like 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, like the good parts were really good and enjoyable.
Well, so another gripe I have is, let's say you really like the Mandalorian show. You watch season 1, season 2. You didn't really care to watch Boba Fett. You go into season 3 and it's like, oh, Grogu's back.
Oh yeah, I know. What you mean.
Cobb Vanth is modded up with robotic parts. Oh, what's going on? Like everything that led up to the season 2 finale of the Mandalorian, like everything that happened there was kind of.
It's like now,
touched
okay,
on
you kind of have to watch
Boba Fett to know what happened to the Mandalorian.
Yep, same thing's going on with freaking Marvel to an extent. There's a lot of stuff that you miss if you don't watch Falcon and
or the shows,
Soldier or Scarlet Witch. Like this next Doctor Strange movie,
you have to watch.
You have to pretty much watch WandaVision, otherwise.
WandaVision or What If?
Know. Yep.
So,
and I heard WandaVision was
and probably Loki too, because of all the multiverse stuff.
Yep.
I watched WandaVision. I liked WandaVision. I just couldn't get into Loki or couldn't get into Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
So in that show, is Wanda a bad guy or a good guy? Because I've heard that she takes place hostage pretty much, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would say that she does bad stuff in that.
So she's primarily like a bad guy, but she's not an asshole.
She's a hero that did bad things.
Okay.
That does not mean you are a bad
guy.
Wreck-It Ralph, underrated movie. Wreck-It Ralph, king of video games. Oh. Speaking of video games,
whoa, old video games at that.
Old video games. Nostalgia video games. Gavin, what's your childhood video game? The game that you loved playing as a kid.
For the record, that was a good segue into say. Speaking of,
well, for one, I really did love the Halo games. Halo, like every single Halo imaginable up till Halo 5 was my jam. Loved it
naturally.
But I mean, if we're not going to do Halo, I would say a game called Team Fortress 2. I loved that game. I played that game all the time.
I've only seen like the memes. I have no idea what the game's actually about.
This game has nothing to do with those memes, too. It's so funny. But I mean, there's short cinematics that the team made for them, so it's pretty funny.
That's cool. What's the game about?
It's I don't know. It's really just like a death match.
Okay.
There's two
I've
teams.
only heard like
the original
Overwatch
Fortnite?
knockoff or like Overwatch copied Team Fortress.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
That's
Like when it
the
comes to
only
classes
comparison
and like
I've-
backgrounds.
That's a good.
It's just
of it.
18 versus 18.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
just capture the flag or deathmatch or
All right.
do whatever you want.
Let's play it later.
It's a PC game, so I can't play it anymore.
Sad.
I played it on my great grandfather's old laptop,
Damn.
2 frames a second.
Get a PC. Maybe we can play Minecraft.
Minecraft. That's another one.
Minecraft.
It's still like new.
It's just because
it is
they keep like
nostalgic
updating
in
it
a way.
When you look at the old early Minecraft stuff, it's kind of like, damn,
I miss
how is
that.
this playable, bro? Like being exposed and spoiled with what's now in Minecraft, and then going back to play that, or like looking at the old Minecraft, it's really different, especially with just the different palettes and buildings you can get. It's
You're
crazy.
complaining about more slabs.
Do you
I'm just saying
slab?
it's crazy.
do you like the new user interface?
The new user interface?
Yeah, like the new HUD and stuff. Because I always prefer the original.
On Minecraft?
Yeah,
I don't mind it. No.
'cause I mean, I can only play it on PlayStation, but they changed it a lot. So where it's like it's not like how it used to be, like say like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like it's practically a whole nother interface, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Like when you go into your inventory and stuff?
yeah, like how to craft stuff and everything.
Yeah.
It's completely
Okay.
different.
Like they have the crafting book now. You don't have to look it up on the side.
I don't even know if you can traditionally craft stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Can you?
You just put it in there and you can craft it. Sometimes it's quicker depending on what you're crafting.
Ah, gotcha.
But yeah, I like it. Remember when you couldn't do double chests? Or put double chests next to each other?
Jeez.
That was something.
You can do that now?
How long have you?
I haven't played this game in like 3 years.
Yeah.
It's because of that interface that I don't play it anymore. I logged in, saw it, and was like, "This sucks."
I remember
Just
I
left.
got really into like Minecraft on YouTube, and I only had PlayStation, and then I went to go play it, and it's like Bedrock sucks.
Oof.
So I spent a lot of money on a PC. That was my solution.
Bedrock players seething right now.
Just offended a lot of people, Ethan.
I'm
You
sorry. There's so much you can't do in Bedrock.
Oh man. And then, you know, this old video games, I think I spoke about this last time about me and Ellie playing Lego Star Wars.
How far are you guys now?
We are on the second to last chapter in episode 3, so like Order 66 type.
Damn.
And then
Who gets to play as Anakin at the end?
I don't know what it defaults to because I'm like player 1, obviously. So
forgot.
we'll see.
That,
I'll let you guys know.
I wonder how she'll react with that, like having to fight you.
Are you gonna
I
let her
know.
win, or are you gonna try?
Hell no, I'm not gonna let her win.
Especially if he's Anakin.
What happens if you win as Anakin? Is there a second ending? I forgot.
I think it just goes to a cutscene.
Does it just go to Obi-Wan?
I think it
anyway?
goes till you still lose, but I don't know.
Stupid.
I haven't played it in a while. I'll let you know though if I'm Anakin.
I was gonna say I haven't played that since I was like 4th grade, maybe
Yeah.
5th grade.
We're gonna go for 100% completion.
A game I love
Me and my 5-year-old.
was Spider-Man 2.
Classic.
The Spider-Man 2 video game.
I never played. That was a
it.
PlayStation game, right?
I played it on the
was
original
both.
Xbox.
Ah,
That game was awesome.
In my head, that game looks like amazing.
No, yeah, I went back to play it like probably a year ago, and it's
let's just say that
Like
game was
graphically.
horrific.
yeah, it holds up okay.
Okay.
Like you can tell this game was made in 2004.
Damn. Sad. Maybe I
The
won't
Pizza
go
Time
back
theme
and play
song.
it then.
Pizza Time theme.
Dude, classic. I know. Is that an original? That's from the game,
Yeah, I
right?
think so. I think they got.
No, Tobey Maguire voiced it. All the actors voiced.
Yeah, I was
the
gonna
characters.
say. I think. What the heck is his name? Evil Dead guy.
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
Campbell.
Wasn't Bruce
Yeah,
Campbell?
he was the narrator.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Love that guy.
I can't believe I forgot his
Love
name. I'm
that
sorry.
guy.
Also
Apologize.
watching Burn Notice.
Burn
which
Notice
he's
is
in,
good. He's
so-
really good in Burn Notice.
I haven't seen it.
Well, he's really good in Burn Notice. That's what I was telling you.
I meant like, what's it about?
Oh, it's about a spy who gets burned, which means like blacklisted by the government.
Okay.
A spy who
So
got
he gets-
fired and
Okay.
still
Yeah.
does stuff.
You can't
burned?
technically fire a spy, so they're
You have to make him out to
Yeah.
look like a bad guy, which then it's like, okay, we can affiliate, which is what burned means.
Okay, gotcha.
like the whole. Never mind.
It came out a long time ago, and I didn't understand it then.
Yeah.
So
It ended in 2014. So
Oh, it was a show?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Ash versus Evil Dead show.
I
I need
like,
to watch that. I heard that was funny as hell too.
okay. Well, we haven't even touched on the Super Bowl,
Oh,
the biggest thing of this weekend.
You know, I don't want to
The-
talk about it.
L.A. Rams.
I know I wrote it down, but I don't want to
defeated
talk
the
about
Cincinnati Bengals. 23-20 final score.
Very controversial game.
I mean, it could just be summed up like the Rams had a late go-ahead touchdown in the fourth quarter, 1-yard pass to Cooper Kupp.
After like 30 attempts.
Exactly.
All penalties.
I know.
And then the Bengals got the ball back with a minute and a half or so,
Yeah.
and Aaron Donald just imposed himself
And on that
Rest in peace,
play,
Joe Shiesty.
with a sack
On
on
that-
third down, and then forced the incompletion on fourth down to end the game, and then the Rams win.
he sacked on fourth. Oh well, he threw
Forced
it
the
away.
incompletion.
Yeah.
was a
On
catchable
that
ball.
on that fourth down, Jamar Chase beat Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey fell down. If Joe Burrow had just a second more time,
That's way too much to ask if Aaron
I
Donald
know
was on the other
that's
side.
crazy.
I didn't even. I don't
Oh,
know.
Aaron
I don't know the
Donald,
name of the
different
receiver
breed.
that the ball was intended to. But I mean, when they replayed it in slow motion, that guy could have dove for that. Did
T.
you see
Higgins?
that? Yeah, he could have dove for it because it was like shin level.
Yeah, it's a lot to ask, Gavin.
The Super Bowl? It's a Super Bowl.
You could have dove for
You
it.
sacrifice your life to win that game.
That's true.
It's just I was thinking about it today. I was like, you know what? Good for Stafford. He has the record for quarterback with the Super Bowl win that has like the most losses in his career
Wow.
because of
Well, he was on the Lions. That's why I thought he deserved it the most. 0 to hero.
How do Detroit fans feel about this? I want to know.
I think they root for him.
Yeah, like obviously you root for him, but it's like, okay, we had this guy for years, and he goes out and wins the Super Bowl for the first year he's gone. Like,
That's what happens when you have Cooper Kupp.
How do you still like I get staying loyal to your team, but how do you have any heart left after that?
Well, to be
Detroit
fair,
fans
I
are some of the
don't
most loyal fans.
Which I respect, but
I was gonna say, I feel like they're kind of.
I wouldn't buy any tickets at that point to go to a game.
Detroit being screwed over. I feel like they're just kind of used to it at this point.
Yeah.
Literally, whenever someone's about to lose to Detroit, something magical happens that causes Detroit to lose. I mean, even when the Ravens were about to lose them, Tucker just pulled out a record real quick just to win the game.
NFL kicking record.
It's like nobody wants the
Field goal
Lions to
record.
win.
That's so fun.
The cosmic powers do not.
We
want
could learn
the
a
Lions
lot
to win.
in lowering your expectations if we talk to Detroit fans. So
But the
As
sad
long
thing
as
is
they
we
win
talk
this one
we
game.
we
That's
talk
the
about
lesson.
this about the Lions, and then they beat the Cardinals this season.
oh yeah, no, that's a whole different type of pain being a Cardinals fan.
They beat
It's
the
like,
Packers too.
hey, we're
They
good.
beat the Packers and the
Yeah.
Vikings.
At least Lions fans know
they-
they're bad.
Yeah,
They tied the Steelers, right?
they tied the Steelers.
Jesus.
What a I like Dan Campbell, the head coach. I feel like
Poor guy.
he's
Probably hates
he's a
himself.
good choice. Was this his first season?
Yes.
Yeah, so I feel like he's a good head coach going into the future.
Let's hope so for Detroit's sake.
Anyway, football season officially over. Cooper Kupp named the Super Bowl MVP.
I think
man's a
it's
god.
I think it's well deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
broke
have
franchise
no problems
records.
with that.
Yeah, it was the only postseason game though where he got under 100 yards at 97 yards.
He's a man of faith.
God.
So won the Triple Crown. Receptions, touchdowns, yards, had the most in all three categories.
He has a beard. That's true.
What a guy.
And he stacks bread,
His name's Cooper Kupp.
stacks paper. That's all there is.
There you go.
All right, so going forward, we're going to be talking basketball stuff.
Football season's over.
Next
You
week.
guys going to watch the USFL?
No.
Huh?
I might check it out.
No.
How's the USFL?
It's the United States
Maybe for
Football
the
League.
memes.
They have that?
It's like I think they used to have it, but now they're bringing it back after a number of years.
Just NFL Part 2 or?
What did they called it XFL last time, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That lasted for like what, 12 days?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We will see. All right. Speaking of things we'll see, we watched The Wolf of Wall Street this past week.
Yes, we did.
Yes, sir.
Not me. But
Going into it, I did not know it was 3 hours long.
Oh my god, I didn't either. We probably should have actually looked up more than just where you could stream this damn movie at.
that is a long movie.
But honestly,
Good.
it was pretty good throughout the entire time for me. Kept me hooked the entire time.
All right.
I was pissed off when I couldn't see the ending, but I had
hear
to
that?
spoil it for myself.
He had to
It was
look
the
up
final-
the ending because he didn't have time
I
to
had
watch
work
it.
at like 5, and I'm like watching the movie, and I'm like looking at the clock, and it's like 4:45, and I still had the shower and everything. I was
How
like,
much time did you have left?
like 13 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So there's no way I could watch it.
It's not like.
and then
Watch
get
it in
back.
the shower.
Anyway, okay, give a quick rundown, synopsis, and then we'll get into all that.
It's about a bright-eyed man, good doer, does no wrong. Well, that's how it starts out.
I was gonna
It's
say,
it's a satirical comedy on like the wealthy. That's the gist of it. But Leonardo DiCaprio plays a guy who wants to be a millionaire, and he has good intentions and everything. And then he gets into stocks in the stock market, where he's exposed to, the guys in that market.
yeah, all of
And
his
then,
good feelings go right out the window.
and then when the stock market crashes in '87, he's kind of doesn't know what to do. He still wants to be a millionaire, so then he finds this really hole in the wall stock trading place where they trade penny trades or penny slips, pink slips, penny something, and then basically is a really good salesman, is able to like make money, kind of builds his own company with his ragtag group of people, and basically they illegally make their way to the top where they make millions like a month.
Hell yeah.
And it's just what they do with that money, their lifestyle, kind of a satire on
yeah,
the
so a bunch of
gross-
fraud,
the
pretty
gross,
much.
yeah, the grossly rich. So
I think there's a point in time where they spent like $23,000 on a dinner that his dad brings him up.
yeah,
brings
I
him
remember
up to
that. I was like, damn.
$20,000
Also-
on side dishes.
Based on a
But true story.
True story.
Which
Yes,
I
sir.
also I watched an interview of the actual Jordan Belfort.
Belfort.
Yeah. Just stating the accuracies and inaccuracies. He was like on the quote unquote writing team when he wrote the movie, so he was consulting with Martin Scorsese. And he says a lot of the events in it were true, but they were kind of rearranged to fit the narrative of the movie. Like, yes, the yacht crashing happened.
That had to have been terrifying.
The ant dying happened, but they happened at 2 different times. They just really wanted to show the yacht crashing, didn't know how to implement it into the story until it was like, okay, let's say, what if you're going to Switzerland for this, and then that's when it happens.
I thought the ant's death, like Margot Robbie's character's crying, and he's like, "Oh no!" It's hilarious.
I think this is the funniest. This is the funniest Scorsese movie I've seen. And real quick,
You don't like Scorsese.
I don't like Scorsese.
Then, like
I know.
5 minutes later, he's like, "Oh, don't worry, you left it in your name." And he's like, "Oh, thank God!" He's immediately over her ounce.
It's like we have to go to London. He's like, we don't have to go to London.
She's gonna be dead.
Yeah, Emma, she's dead. All right, she'll be there when we get there.
Oh, this is an amazing role.
But let's touch on really quickly. Jonah Hill was amazing.
Oh yeah,
I think it was one of the best movies I've seen. Like acting chops. I haven't seen War Dogs. I want to watch.
I was
that.
going to say watching this movie he was almost similar in War Dogs, but he was much more vulgar and much more what's the
exaggerated?
word?
Cutthroat. Okay.
Very much more of an asshole in that movie.
Okay.
Jonah Hill has range.
Jonah Hill does a really good job, and I noticed that one like in his first scene, like when he starts talking. The first thing I noticed was his teeth.
Yeah, I was saying his teeth are fake, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He had like prosthetics, but he was funny in that movie.
You know, he actually held a live goldfish in his mouth too.
He did that? I was wondering that the whole time I was watching that scene. I'm like, there's no way this was real.
Nope. Yep. Just for a second though.
Well, held it in his mouth and didn't swallow it, but
Yeah.
Either way, what the hell? It's disgusting.
I mean, at that point, might as well swallow it.
Okay.
But overall, the movie itself, as a person who doesn't really like Scorsese all that much, I enjoyed it. I think it is my favorite Scorsese movie. I enjoyed the performances, all the different actors that were in it. There was a lot of big names in it, with Matthew McConaughey was in the beginning, Jon Favreau sprinkled throughout, the dad from Super 8, I forget the actor's name.
Margot Robbie, of course.
Margot Robbie, Jonah Hill,
John
Leo, John Bernthal.
John Bernthal. Rest in peace to what the hell was his name in that movie?
I don't know.
Brad.
Yeah. He died 3 days later, or 3
Kyle
years
Chandler,
later.
the FBI or the
The
whatever
FBI,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. It was funny.
Does John Bernthal play a role where he's not like just an asshole?
I think he plays the same role in,
Yeah.
in mostly everything.
Movie? Man. Well, I remember years ago, like when he was in an interview where he was talking about conversations with his agent, saying like, "Oh, I want to get into like less brute roles and more into like maybe like rom-coms or something."
It was all because of the walking.
They said, "Well, John, look at your face with your big nose and big ears. You're not going to get in rom-coms."
Aw.
But
mean.
it's so funny because if you watch John Bernthal like in interviews, his voice is so different than his acting voice. It's much a higher tone and more normal instead of the gruffly like deep voice.
My
But
man just wants,
I like him in everything he's done.
he just wants to be held. They just send him to the front lines every time.
I liked it. I'll do it again. Oh, I mentioned
I
to do it
loved
again.
Also a great role.
Yeah, watch Daredevil, guys, and Punisher. Punisher's a good show.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, rating on Wolf of Wall Street, Gavin?
I'm gonna give it a 90. I loved this movie.
90.
Not quite my favorite Scorsese film, but
What's your favorite then?
I'm gonna say Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Goodfellas is up there for me.
Goodfellas, I'd give like a 95.
I just felt like
that was a great film.
the last 30 minutes Goodfellas kind of. I think that goes with a lot of Scorsese movies for me. The last 30 minutes of the movie is
Throwing that twist in there.
poor compared to the first half. It's not really a twist
The Departed.
like The Departed, for example.
man.
But yeah,
Such a good movie until that final 20 minutes.
I'll give it an 80%.
80.
Yep, that's the highest rated Scorsese movie in my mind.
I think we didn't talk about Leonardo DiCaprio at all.
Yeah, well,
He did great.
Leonardo DiCaprio is a criminally. It's so funny because everyone knows he's an amazing actor, but he's so criminally underrated.
Well, because he didn't get
the
his
whole
fir-
Oscar meme. Yeah,
Oh my! He got it with what was it
Revenant?
Revenant?
Yeah.
and that was in like
16 maybe.
Even after Titanic in this movie, like
Well,
Titanic alone was a great film.
Oh, I was thinking about that. I haven't seen Titanic since I was like a kid. Was he rich in that movie? Or was he the poor kid?
He was the poor kid.
Is the poor kid? Okay.
He had,
I was
I
about
think
to
he
say
said he had like like X amount of money in his pocket, and it was like single digits.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, Leonardo DiCaprio plays a good high society guy, you know, like in Great Gatsby or in this movie. Does a good job.
I forgot he did Great Gatsby. Old sport.
But yeah, he's always good in everything I've seen him in. In The Departed, he's good. In this, he's good. It's kind of goofy in this movie. It's funny.
Dude, he was yelling all the time.
I know.
It was funny. It looked like he genuinely had fun with this movie.
I mean, I'm sure it was fun to film it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's Wolf of Wall Street for you. It was a good movie. If you haven't watched it, be sure to check it out. And what's next week, Evan?
Next week, we're going to be watching Upgrade. It's a very small budget movie compared to this one. Directed by Leo Wano, I think it's pronounced. You can watch it on Hulu. It was released in 2018. It's about a man that gets mugged and beaten, and then he's paralyzed. So and his wife. It's part of the description. So his wife's dead. But so an inventor. Well, because I was like, oh crap, am I spoiling the movie? It's totally
As you're reading the
imagine,
synopsis,
Okay.
you're like, am I spoiling the movie?
So
Wait, have you
Billionaire
seen
pretty
this?
much. I've seen like bits and pieces, but I have not seen all of
Yeah,
it.
if it's in the synopsis, read it.
And then so pretty much like a billionaire inventor, which funny enough, that guy reminds me of Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
Like gives him pretty much this implant that like fixes his bodily functions, and it's an AI. So going back to the last week how we had AI, you have that whole dangers of AI type of thing.
Okay.
So very interesting movie.
It's like a Black Mirror episode.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
actually.
Nice.
I remember seeing the trailer for it.
It is a
but I
sci-fi
haven't
and
seen
action
the
movie.
Look forward to watching it. What's the runtime?
It is an hour and a half.
40.
Hour 40.
Hour
Cool.
40.
So you guys aren't surprised by that.
I specifically picked that movie because I knew it had a low runtime, and I knew it was good. So it's like
Cool.
looked forward.
I guess we'll be the judge of if it's good next week, Gavin.
We will.
All right. Cool. So talking about Wolf of Wall Street, talking about Leonardo DiCaprio playing millionaires. Gavin, what would you do if you had $10 million? If you woke up tomorrow and you had $10 million in your bank account, legally.
Legally,
Yeah,
okay.
That's the kicker.
Do I gotta withdraw all this or? Legally. Oh man, taxes must have been up the ass. It's the first thing I can think of. It's like really, I only get like $3 million of that.
Jeez.
I mean, not to sound like a total, groaner, but I'd probably pay off like parents' house, student loan debt,
Yeah.
help my family first. I'd probably take like $2 million.
And
of
that would cost like $1 million for you to do all that.
I don't even think it would cost that much, to be honest. I would probably take like $2 or $3 million of it, keep it for myself, and the rest I would probably help the family and invest.
All right. Now that's the adult answer. Now
Very
what's your
responsible.
fantasy answer?
It's my fantasy
You
answer.
just had just $10 million to throw away. What would you spend it on?
I'd buy a house, car. $10 million is a lot of money, okay? I am not very materialistic. I get some premium
my
hamburger
problem,
helper,
too.
I guess. I don't know.
That's a lot of hamburger helper.
I don't know what I would do with $10 million. I'd buy once I get a house and a good car. Really, I don't know what I would do with it. I'd probably just furnish the house and just keep the rest and invest it in the stock market or something.
Organize my own Hunger Games.
See,
$10
what I've always wanted to do is like have a big like paintball arena.
Yeah, that's
like
similar.
Yeah, that is.
That's what I meant, though. I mean,
That's what you
Well,
meant.
I'm thinking more Hunger Games. You kind of blew past me with that.
I guess
How would you organize this Hunger Games?
$10 million goes to the winner.
find random kids on the street.
Oh,
or
so
what?
you wouldn't like set up the Hunger Games. You'd say, "Hey, $10 million for you guys."
Well,
to
I'd
play
use
Hunger
that $10
Games."
million to set it up, and then at the end, there's only one person I got to deal with.
So Squid Game. So we're doing Squid Game.
Oh man,
That's true. Squid Games is Hunger Games. Exactly, Gavin. That's
Yeah, but I mean,
exactly it. I've never seen it, so I don't know.
I haven't seen it
they
either.
they don't think they're going to be dying for money. They're just like, oh, do you want to win this game for money? And they're like, oh, cool, yeah. And then
They die in that show?
Yeah, it's the whole
Didn't
like
know
I
that.
didn't know that.
that's the whole
I
Hunger
knew
Games
that,
aspect
okay,
of it.
yeah.
Oh
Ethan.
gosh,
Like in Hunger Games, they're all chosen forcefully.
that was like
but-
Wipeout or something.
It's like duck, duck, goose, but duck, duck, shot in the head.
oh my god.
Yeah, they play like childhood games, and whoever loses gets capped. Like, I can't believe you
I
haven't
have to
even
watch
seen,
it.
You haven't even seen like a scene of that movie.
I've seen the meme clips of like the old guy like sad and then dancing. That's it. That's it.
I heard you should watch it subbed though. The English version is.
Oh yeah, with live action, I can't watch English versions.
Well, my dad cannot stand subtitles, so he watched it in English and it sucked. So anybody who has not seen that movie or that show yet, watch it subbed.
I did not know that.
I watch
That's cool.
everything with subtitles.
So do I. My dad hates that. Even
It's better
Even when it's in
comprehension.
English, I just watch subtitles.
It's just better comprehension throughout the movie. That's my argument.
I feel
for
like
it.
I've met more people that do that with subtitles than not. At least people that I know.
Depends.
It's
My dad can't read, so
Aw.
he
Can't read.
but it takes him
He
forever.
can't read.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
listens
With my
to this.
$10 million, I would hire a tutor for him.
Just kidding. I love you, Dad.
Well, $10 million, something extravagant. I think I've been thinking about like a big paintball arena would be cool.
Yes.
I'd like to travel. I'd go to Ireland or something like that. Or you know what I really want to see? I want to see the Northern Lights.
Aw.
I'd go try to. I'd go ball out. In,
You're
the
so
best
wholesome,
house.
Gavin.
That's cute.
You're not doing like
I'd take my $10 million with you and we'd go on an adventure.
I'm sure you can get some hookers or something like that.
oh my god,
Bunch of hookers and
I mean,
cocaine.
I'm not saying.
oh my gosh, Gavin.
I'm not saying I wouldn't have fun. Just
What-
being
I just said
Is
you're
that
so.
what your
did
fun
I,
is?
Did I say you're so wholesome, and then you brought up hookers?
well, because it's funny because Wolf of Wall Street. That's just kidding. I would not get hookers.
We need to get a camera on Gavin. That's all it's going to be. The podcast is just going to be a camera on Gavin's face. That's it.
Another realm of experiencing white noise.
All right, so we got Northern Lights and hookers from Gavin, Hunger Games for Jacob, and a paintball arena for me.
That sounds
Which
like money well spent.
I don't think I would need $10 million for a paintball arena, but I was saying like a big paintball arena, like the size of a city.
That'd be cool.
That's got to be the best paintball
ultimate
arena I've ever been to.
Fugitive.
Like like it would zombie apocalypse theme. That would be cool.
You get fund a science experiment to actually create zombies.
Yeah.
And they all die. Hunger Games, right? No,
From Jacob's Hunger Games.
Yeah.
can join the ideas. Simulating an actual zombie apocalypse. That would be kind of fun.
I was thinking about zombie apocalypse the other day or today. I was thinking about World War Z specifically,
Okay.
which it's a solid movie. I remember watching it in theaters and being freaked out
What? Why?
because they're so fast.
Yeah.
They just sprint at you. The way they climbed over the wall in
That was a
Israel.
good scene. I did like that scene.
When he cut off her hand in the airport, or not the airport, the plane. The plane scene is my favorite scene.
Everything after the Israel part was good.
Yeah.
Everything before that, though, was slow.
Well, yeah, just set everything up for an hour.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was a long setup. But it made up for it at the end.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. And,
Even if I thought the end was a little fairy tale like.
yeah, so while I was in the theater, and it's showing the ending, and the camera's on Brad Pitt. In my head, I was like, "This is not the end." And then he says, like as a voiceover, "This is not the end," and I was like, "Oh."
And no sequel.
No,
Are they doing one?
I remember the rumors of like, "Oh, there's gonna be a sequel." And it's like, about what though? You
They cured it.
everyone.
Yeah.
So, what's the issue? All right, that's our.
COVID hit. COVID zombies.
Let's get to the Jakey factuality.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep on topic with, $10 million. I'll give you a couple things that actually cost $10 million, which is surprising to me. So if you have any, these pique your interest.
Can you buy the Northern Lights?
I don't think
so.
anybody owns the Northern Lights.
you
So
can
it's
just-
free.
You can just grab it.
I think legally. Can you own, nature? Can you own the Grand
You
Canyon?
can own land. Yeah.
I don't think you can own, the Grand Canyon,
I think
though.
the
or
government
a
owns
lot
the
of-
Grand Canyon.
Well, then you got to overthrow the government first, and that's going to cost you way more than $10 million.
10 million can go a long way. I think.
Yeah,
Well, $10 million can also
in Minecraft.
buy a Broadway production. The rough cost to do one is $10 million.
So one
We can
Production.
make
One
such a
production.
cool movie with 10 million. I didn't even think about that. If you all combined into 30 million.
Today, the average cost of a Broadway musical is $10 million. However, some productions, such as The Lion King, run as high as $20 million.
$10 million.
For a play?
That crap's expensive.
What the hell?
$10 million? Who think you got? Chelsea Clinton?
It's from Rush Hour. Chris Tucker.
Which one?
Also,
Rush Hour 1. We should bring back the quote thing. There you go. See, I'm not on the spot.
Oh my God.
I'm not on the spot. I got
that
it.
right away. Anyway, $10 million can also buy you 100 seconds of Super Bowl advertising. It is $3 million per 30 seconds to advertise on the Super Bowl.
30 seconds?
I knew that. That was, that's
insane.
it's the most expensive. There's people that their entire job is making a Super Bowl commercial all year.
I would just spend the entire 30 seconds doing the dumbest shit ever.
Well, remember the QR code?
Yeah. What?
Spent $3 million on a QR code.
Jeez.
I wish I had money like that to just throw away.
I remember seeing that when that came up. I was like, I instantly hate this.
I didn't know what it was. I thought the Super Bowl got hacked or some shit. I was like, what is that? It's something to do like Bitcoin or something.
That's why the whole thing is like, oh, Super Bowl commercials are good, or they're supposed to be good because they're $3 million commercials.
Yeah. Not to mention everyone's watching.
Exactly.
Last one, you can buy for $10 million the annual budget for the University of Utah College's football team. $10 million.
So I could become like a
Which is
shareholder of
probably
the
higher.
football team?
Yeah, actually.
I'm just realizing a lot of things are expensive.
Yeah. So I don't know.
They're not
if
like-
my Hunger Games is feasible now.
They're doing like a Broadway musical. They're doing a football program, and they can do like a paintball.
What if I invested like
Arena?
$8 million of that into the stock market?
Yeah.
And made like good investments.
Penny stocks. That's what it was. Penny stocks.
There you go, dude. I become. Well, I don't want to be that guy because he got arrested.
Well,
I mean,
that's
later.
that's
Legally,
another
of
thing
course.
that the real Jordan said, that the inaccuracy was in the beginning. It wasn't like to rip people off. They were still trying to make people money, but in the end, yeah, they were ripping people off
It's
for
like,
money.
I wasn't always ripping people off.
Like in the beginning when he's getting started, like they're all like
yeah.
flipping off the phone and
Oh,
like
yeah.
really laughing at this guy. But
I mean,
it was never like that in the beginning.
That's a better movie.
Well, yeah, and he says I understand why they did it, so they can just propel it forward, and then you don't have to go through the whole character development.
It's not
into
Darth
that.
Vader. You don't have a hero's fall.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to see that.
So, but yeah, that's $10 million.
$10 million.
Wow, can you believe it? $10 million.
Just hit the shit out of my shin. Dude. Ah,
On what?
I don't know. It was the chair.
This is where the camera would come in handy.
Oh, it hurts so much.
Guys, we're gonna get a camera. Send us $10 million so we can buy cameras.
Buy the best camera ever.
All right, cool. Speaking of cameras, you know what cameras do? They do video. You know what else they do?
No way.
Pictures, where we have a still picture on our YouTube when we have the podcast.
For now.
I want to hit you with a chair right now.
Speaking of YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube. It's One-Eyed Fits. Yeah, that's our YouTube. And follow us on Twitter at OEF_white noise and One-Eyed Fits. We're on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, the whole shebang, just those three. Sure, we're on others. I don't know. But,
That would be surprising. Let us know in the comments if you are.
let us know where you're listening. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Comment your thoughts. Comment any input you might have, any topic ideas, anything, any questions you want to pose to us, any moral dilemmas. You can really see Gavan for what he truly is.
Unless you're on Spotify. Joe.
Actually, we can do a question thing on Spotify.
We can?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I take that back.
So I'll do leave a question, and then you can put a question there. That's
cool.
Joe. All right. Cool. So like, comment, subscribe, the whole shebang. And yeah, the song of the week this week is Run Around by Blues Traveler. Somehow it made my way into my liked songs on Spotify. I don't know how, but it was there, so I listened to it. Good song.
Is it a
How'd
rock
that
song?
get there?
How'd that get there? What was that?
Rock, pop, what genre?
I think it's blues.
Blues.
I don't know,
Ooh.
something.
Ooh.
I'm really bad with identifying genres.
Yes. I can only identify gospel music.
It says it on the
It says it on the
Look it
song.
up.
I was gonna say, it should say it.
Well, on
right
Spotify, let's see. Blues Traveler View Artist. Let's do that.
there. Or you can just view album.
View album. Blues Traveler. What kind of music are they? Where does it say it, dude?
You're a real Spaceball. You know that, right?
Look it up on. That's from Spaceballs.
Shut up.
Look it up on Google here. All right, Blues Traveler.
Are you sure that wasn't their name, not the genre?
Blues Traveler genre.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus. Okay.
The genre is
rock
music.
blues. Rock
Okay,
blues.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
I probably won't ask that next time just to avoid that.
It's rock blues, guys. It's by Blues Traveler. It came out in 1994 by the artist Blues Traveler, where they do rock blues music.
Naturally.
Who released it?
Blues Traveler. All right, yeah. So be sure to tune in next week where we are going to review the movie Upgrade and talk about other stuff. You know, it's what we do. If you have any topics you want us to talk about, leave them in the comments on YouTube or maybe on the question section in Spotify. I don't know how that works, but I will next week. All right, I'm going to take Gavin to see the rabbits.